Welcome into a Week 5 coaches preview of the Packers and Rams. Obviously, this game is coming up this weekend, and let's take a look from a coach's point of view to see what to expect in this upcoming game. Starting with the first play, you're going to have a veteran QB adjusting for some pressure. You're going to get pressure coming off his right side here, but he's going to just stand in the pocket. Good pass pro. And then you've got that dig from the outside in that vacated area, getting an easy first down. And this is something that we see all the time in the Packers offense, those outside digs into that clear space. And that's going to be a first down for the Rams. Next up, you're going to see some creativity by both offenses, but especially McVay. I think he's a little bit more creative than LaFleur, but they're from the same system. Here you've got the play action, and then you've got a little bit of creativity from their quarterback, Matt Stafford. Just flicks it to the tight end here on a screen, and they're able to get a first down. So you have this motion that's happening at the start of the play. You had a shift. You brought this receiver in. Then you're going to shift this receiver. You motion him across. So now you've got three receivers on one side. So there's going to be more focus on that side by the defense. Then you have the play action. Gets the backers flowing towards the running back. And then that pressure shows up, and you get a flip out to the tight end. So lots of creativity from McVay. And I'm sure both LaFleur and McVay are going to try to be as creative as possible because they know each other so well. The Rams' offensive line is not so great in pass block. According to PFF, Pro Football Focus, they are ranked 32nd in their pass blocking, and it's mostly on the interior. You're going to see that here on the snap. 99 is just going to beat Dotson, number 69 there. Just good move with his hands, and hopefully Packers' interior offensive line is able to do the same thing. But the Packers are also ranked near the bottom of the league in their pass rush win rate. So we've got these two opposite forces, number 32 in pass rush win rate and number 32 in pass blocking. Who's going to become the winner in that matchup? I think both defenses are going to be prepared because they're used to running up in practice against these types of offenses. But here you're just going to see a deep out by the Rams, something that the Packers do all the time. You can see the leverage. He notices that DB's hips are facing the wrong way, right? So he's going to just take that quick speed out and get a first down. So, Hafley sees this all the time in practice because the Packers run it, and scout team is not going to be too different from the Packers' actual offense. So it'll be interesting to see, which defense is better prepared for these offenses. And Stafford isn't perfect here. This is going to be a mistake. Unfortunately, it's not going to hurt the Rams here because it is a penalty. But you're going to see the hat come off there from the ref in the background, but this is just an out and up, right? Fake that out, get upfield, and this receiver doesn't run a great route. Gets too close to the sideline, allows a DB to push him out. DB steps out as well and is the first one to touch it. So illegal touching. This play doesn't count. Rams end up getting a field goal here, but Stafford isn't mistake free, right? Even though he's a veteran in this league and he's a very solid quarterback, he can make mistakes from time to time. Now, the run game is a little bit better for the Rams. Here we've got a toss to the outside, but notice the guards getting up to the second level. So you're going to have a center with a reach block who's not really putting his hands on number 97. He doesn't have the speed to get outside. He's just getting in his way, right? And then you've got the second level. You've got the two guards trying to get their hands on the backers. And it's going to be a nice first down run for about 8 or 9 yards. So run game, they're a little bit stronger than their pass game. So Kyron Williams is kind of one of the guys that Packers are going to have to focus on to stop in this game. These last two plays, again, McVay, LaFleur, same system. And you're just going to see it here. You're going to have a deep dig, play action, clear things out with a vertical route up here. and you're just going to have enough space between the middle linebacker and the deep safety. You're just going to hit that gap. So Packers offense is definitely going to try to do the same thing. I think that's one of the weaknesses of both teams is their linebackers and coverage. And we'll see that when we look at the Rams defense in just a little bit. And then even in the run game, same system, a little bit of motion, a sift, split zone. Not an excellent run, but it is, 5 yards. So that's kind of what you want on a run like this. It's 5 to 6 yards, but it's that same motion offense, split zone, hit the end with the tight end, and it creates a gap. And he's able to brush off one tackler, get a few extra yards for a 5-yard gain. So 5-yard gain in the run game, pretty solid. Now, when we look at the Rams defense on third down situations, especially third and long, this coordinator seems to love bringing pressure, and you've just got that here. So you can see here, it's about 3rd and 15. Just bringing all sorts of pressure. Right? Trying to flush them out of the pocket. So that's something that Packers have to be ready for. Be ready for those third down and long situations, or hopefully avoid those situations so you don't have to face as much pressure. And here we'll get some pressure again. You can see a ton of guys at the line of scrimmage. Get a 5-man pressure, but you're going to end up getting a penalty here downfield. I believe they call a hold downfield on the bottom of the screen here. So you're going to see right there, which the Rams secondary is quite penalized. Tre'Davious White, he used to be a pretty solid corner. This year he's struggling a little bit, especially in terms of his penalties. And you'll see that on the next play as well. Here the Rams, they bring pressure again. Got a 5-man rush, and you're going to get a hold here at the top. So something for the Packers wide receivers. That's another matchup that we want to look for. Packers wide receivers against the DBs. There's a double move, and you get a hold or illegal contact. Either way, it's an automatic first down. So wipes away a sack that the Rams get when they bring a 5-man pressure. So something that, receivers on the Packers have to be aware of. Potential double moves, right? And even though the receiving core is going to be a little bit light, you've got no Dobbs likely. He's doubtful. You've got no Watson. So it's going to be Wicks and Reed who are going to have to carry the team. And then, of course, you got Bo Melton, Malik Heath in there as well. Something I noticed throughout the film as well is they're pretty sure tacklers. Even their linebackers, their safeties. Here we're going to see a safety come down and make a nice tackle. Number 0 gets a spin move put on him, so that's not necessarily his fault. That's good play by Swift, right? Using his leverage against him. But number 3 is there. Doesn't let him get any extra yards. So both their linebackers and their safeties have been pretty sure tacklers based on what I've seen on the film over the last couple games. Something I noticed that they were kind of prone to is these screens. All right, so we're going to get a screen here from Chicago that goes for a big gain. All right, linebackers get sucked in. Again, probably just a good call. They brought pressure. And you get a big screen here. So something I noticed about the linebackers is they're not the fastest, right? So I think there's going to be a lot of outside game by the Packers and force these linebackers to move sideline to sideline and try to chase further, right? So try to use their speed against them because they're not the quickest backers and try to fatigue them throughout the game. We'll look here in the middle of the field again, some of the weaknesses of these linebackers, right? So he's fallen down and he's given up on his assignment. I think he's originally supposed to be covering Swift here. He falls for the play action. So he's going to bite. Does a good job if this is an actual run, but it's not. And you're going to see that check release by Swift. He notices that he falls down. All right, he's going to fall down. So Swift is just going to check release. And he sees this wide open gap. So he's going to push the quarterback. But just that little rollout. And now the man that he's meant to be covering gets out and gets a first down for the Bears. And it is possible to get big plays in the run game. Here you just have a simple split zone and a great athletic effort by Swift. Few diving tackles there. This is one of the few plays where nobody was able to get there, but you just have good blocking downfield by the Bears. They're able to get to the second level here and get some good blocks from receivers downfield, and those receivers downfield blocking helps those explosive runs. So this is something that the Packers hopefully are able to do. That's a scheme that they run, right? The split zone here. And hopefully Jacobs is able to make an athletic play here. Komet able to get that shoulder down on Hoyt, but Hoyt able to get in the way. Swift, quick little hurdle, and explodes for a touchdown. So it'll be an interesting game here for the Packers. I think it'll be a close game. Packers often struggle on the West Coast, so it's going to be a tough game because the coaches know each other so well. I do think that the Packers currently have the better team, with Love being a full participant and now towards the end of last week's game playing much better than that first half. So as long as the Packers offense comes out, performs how they need to perform, they should walk away with a win here. If you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure to subscribe. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video next week, looking at a film review of the Packers offense and defense. Take care.